I honestly don't know why this guy always looks like this. Bro, please relax. You already know how this thing ends. For the umpteenth time in a row, Manchester City have come out of a Manchester derby, having made their closest rivals look like a bunch of playing cones. Embarrassing is an understatement. Breaking news, Stockport Lionel Messi does not like Manchester United, and it shows. Just when Manchester United looked as though things were steering towards the correct direction, a major setback like this happens. Don't get me wrong, I do think United have shown signs of something brewing, but if you told me about it right now, I don't know if I'd be able to hear it. Meanwhile, Man City have done the usual Man City thing and have returned from the dead. The dead being 4th place at Christmas, 1 point behind Liverpool, and in incredible form going into their clash with them next week. Back to the Manchester derby though, as always, it's a story of two sides in very different positions, literally and metaphorically. Hello everyone, hope you're all doing well. I'm Tinashe, welcome back to the channel. It's a familiar feeling that I have right now. Disappointment, shock, sadness. Why am I feeling that way, you ask? I didn't jump on the crypto train after my sketchy uncle said it was going to the moon. He's still sketchy, but he had a point. And then we have these guys. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I was all aboard the hype train for Man United in the last month and a bit, at least from the start of the year until about 2 weeks ago. Somehow, out of the blue, we were stringing wins together. 4 in a row in the Premier League. We can only dream of this kind of consistency usually. And then we have all the news about Sir Jim Ratcliffe and Ineos affecting some really positive change over at Old Trafford. If you missed it, here's a quick recap. Ineos and Ratcliffe have been making a lot of promises since taking a 25% stake in Manchester United. Promises including changes to the surrounding infrastructure in and around Old Trafford. The buildings, the players, the staff, all of it. A lot of hefty promises. And I don't know if I'm the only one, but I'm a kind of, see it to believe it kind of guy. But what I do see is United poaching Man City's Chief Football Operations Officer, Omar Berrada. This man will be United's new CEO when his gardening leave is over in June. All of City's Premier League titles, their Champions League, their transformation from this to this, he was there for the lion's share of it. It's a real gem of an acquisition. And then we have Dan Ashworth, Newcastle United's former sporting director, who has also undertaken his own period of gardening leave before joining Manchester United. This club has been accused of hiring empty suits with no experience in football in the past, and now here come high-level executives with proven experience at the top level. It's promising stuff. But while we dream about the future that can be, we need to remember that we're in the present, unfortunately. That rhymed. A loss versus Fulham was a tough pill to swallow, especially when it comes in the fashion that it did. I'm sorry, but having Alex Iwobi score in the 97th minute isn't something I'd wish on anyone. Yet, here we are. Watching the mighty Manchester United play against Man City as if there's some lower league team that's desperately trying to hang on for dear life is really sad, but it's the truth. It's unfortunate. Before the match started, I was with a bunch of other United fans and we're all kind of saying the same thing. Hopefully we can sneak one past them and just, play the most negative football on God's green earth until the full-time whistle. And then Rashford scored that opener and my jaw dropped. I swear it felt like how Ian Wright must have felt here.
I can't believe it, someone said you was dead.
And I think it was the first time United had even been in City's half in the entire match. Just like that, Rashford sends a very strong message to all of his critics. And then he doesn't do much else and gives those same critics even more fuel as the game progresses. Scoring a goal of the season contender in the 8th minute, then putting in a 1 out of 10 performance for 70 more minutes is so outrageous. I just don't know how to feel about it. I will say that I feel we have to cut him some slack because he is carrying an injury. And while we're on the topic, this isn't a dive. You can see he gets clipped by Walker at full tilt. Fouls have been given for less. City did score right after this happened, but I'm not going to sit here and act like this sequence of events actually meant anything because the way they were playing, they were going to score eventually anyway. 74% possession over the course of the game. That is crazy. I'm not alone in thinking that, right? That's nuts. And I can't believe I'm saying this, but that stat line actually flatters United quite a bit because there were points in this match, several points, where United didn't see the ball for minutes. Minutes. That's a lot for a football game. Here's some fun facts. City took 9 times more shots than United, and the Reds never had a shot on target after the 8th minute. Very fun. In the first half, the midfield had some decent moments. I mean, Mainu in particular stuck to Kevin De Bruyne quite well at times. Casemiro had some good challenges and did some good cover at times too, but overall, if you're gonna just sit back the way that they did, you're gonna have leaks, regardless of how good a defense you have. Haaland's miss was pretty ridiculous. It was enough to make me think that there was some sort of higher power at work here. There was not. It was Sunday too, so disappointing. This game was frustrating for so many reasons, regardless of whether you're a Man United fan or not. I think many spectators were thinking the same thing. If these guys are going to play such defensive football, why are they not setting up for the counter? Why is Alejandro Garnacho and Marcus Rashford peeling away from defenders on either wing, yet no balls are being played to them? Plus, City's defenders were camped inside of Man United's half for most of the game, so no offsides for many of those moments. I know it sounds like the most schoolboy football tactic, but I'm not sure schoolboys would have fared much worse than United did here. And even worse than schoolboy tactics was the fact that these guys chose to recycle the ball every single time instead of looking for those out balls and passing it into danger areas where City players were camping and about to apply full pressure. It's pretty easy for me to sit here and give criticism like this, but damn. It's frustrating. And another thing, for all the bad mouthing that people give Marcus Rashford, he offers Manchester United something incredibly useful, an outball and a speedy presence. As soon as he was subbed off, the game pretty much ended for United when it came to the attack. At the same time, he was injured. What's Antony's excuse? Enough about Man United. Phil Foden is the real deal. This guy is just so good. His positioning, his passing, his dribbling. If England win nothing with the likes of him, Saka, Rice, Bellingham, Trent, Kane, Palmer, and the rest of this generation, I'll be at a loss for words. After missing that 1v1 versus Onana, I thought it just might not be his day. I was wrong. So very wrong. And then he did it again. 18 goals this season makes it his best scoring season in his career. At 22 years old, it's tough to think he'll get any worse than this. When the fourth official put his board up saying that there were only 8 minutes left, my Arsenal supporting friend turned to me and said, hey, they've still got some time left to play, Which I thought made a lot of sense, and he obviously didn't say it sarcastically. Obviously it made sense because United didn't have the ball at all for the past 90, but anyway. And then Erling Haaland scores immediately after as Onana makes a poor clearance, and Amrabat forgot that he needs to use his feet to play football. It's a strange one. Well, what do we have here? No losses in all competitions since the 6th of December 2023. Man City's second half demolition of Europe has started early, I see. Same story, everyone. Move along. Maybe Liverpool can have something to say about it. They do seem to have some kind of weird plot armor going on since Jurgen Klopp announced his departure. With the League Cup already, if these guys end up winning big, it might be one of the most iconic stories ever. Arsenal are contenders, of course. They seem to be making statement wins every week now, it seems. But back to Man United, it's getting incredibly difficult to defend Erik ten Hag. I mean, we can make excuses like the fact that the team has been hit with injuries over the past couple of months, which is true. But the way that the team set up against Man City was just embarrassing, really. It's been over 2 years now, and the play style is still a mystery to me. He's gotten a lot of the players that he wanted at this point, right? Antony, Onana, Højlund, Amrabat, Martinez, Malacia, and more. And while there have been some bright sparks, it's just far too inconsistent to say anything positive on the overall. It's honestly shocking how bad some of these players have played when it really matters, and Erik ten Hag really does have to take some of the blame for it. But I will say one thing, and this is probably the most damning piece of evidence in defense of Erik ten Hag. If he had gotten his #1 signing, I think everything could have changed. And that signing was Frenkie de Jong. A very cool, reassured presence in that 6 role that has more legs than Casemiro, more positional and tactical acumen than Scott McTominay, and more experience and composure than Kobbie Mainoo. The shape that we've seen Ten Hag and Man United try to establish, when things are going well, at least, playing out from the back, quick and short interplay through the middle, this may have been viable with a Frenkie de Jong type of player, but it isn't at present. Plus, that was a massive pipe dream in any case. All in all, not much has changed. United are where United have been for years. I'm not mad. I'm not mad at all. And there we have it. Let me know what you guys think about Man United, Man City, and the entire Prem at the moment. Feel free to leave all your thoughts in the comments below. That's all for me today. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you're having a great day. Cheers, and I will catch you in the next one.